I'm sitting here in disbelief after watching what we want to call a debate. You know, there's so many things I can say. I'm going to. We actually have people in this country living like they would live in their normal spaces and places, living off the land. So the little little thing about cats and dogs being eaten in the street, that's a real thing. It's a real thing. But here we go. You got a lot of people on the bandwagon saying, yeah, this individual would be better in office and this one would be better in the office and so on and so forth, right? But you look at the stands and how things is right now, right? What I will say is this: they had 3.5 years to get the shit together. And we are none no better for the worry, right? Look at Chicago. Look at New York. Failed on the border. The migrants are here. Okay. And you better believe they're getting more than what people are thinking they're getting to be here. But if you got a town where you got individuals telling me that, or telling us that you have a certain group of people that are taking over land and apartments and so on and so forth, they done evicted the management folk and they collecting rent. They're doing what they do where they came from. Now you got them out here eating the pets. Watch your dogs, watch your cats. Yeah, because they are eating the pets, eating the animals. Then you got lying folks like Brandon Johnson and Eric Adams in Chicago. I want to know what the Democratic Party are giving them that they're willing to sacrifice their political future to push this migrant agenda. Because I don't see how they're elected by black folks, and I don't see how. If the city goes to the migrants, you could best believe the migrants ain't electing no black folks. So you're literally dying on your sword for the Democratic Party. You know that New York City has spent $1.5 billion on the migrant crisis so far. It's projected that this year alone, 2023 was $1.5 billion, but this year will far exceed it. $9 billion almost. Chicago has been about $350 million this year alone on the migrant crisis, and that's expected to quadruple. You know what's disrespectful about Chicago? You know, all the schools they shut down because they couldn't operate them because of the money. They opened them up. And I you know what? Let's not even talk about that. Let's go to California. California Senate approved a bill that would give illegals $150,000 in taxpayer-backed home loans. The bill is makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home, while citizens from here can't even afford to live here now. Bullshit. Yeah. This is what we're doing, right? I see it for what it is, man. Um, we all seen The Godfather, right? All right, this is where I look at it. There's a wartime consigliere, and then there is a when there's nothing to be afraid of. I look at the economy in which we are in right now. If Kamala Harris wins the 2024 presidency, the depression that's upon us will fall under her administration. when it should fall under Trump's administration, because it's coming. And I think a lot of us have missed what's obvious, and we can't afford to be progressive anymore. We've printed money, we've opened borders, we flooded the census, would indirectly affected the cost of living. That's why we can't afford to buy anything. Can't afford to fund Ukraine for your democracy. You couldn't afford to fund Iran, but we're doing it. We're spurring World War III. We can't afford to do it. But here's the point. If you want to focus and fixate on Kamala Harris, her genitalia and her brown skin, I hope you understand that political strategy is making a fool out of you. It's Donald Trump that's supposed to take all of the blame for the incoming economic depression. And now that you want to support Kamala Harris at the rate that you're supporting her, that guarantees that she is going to inherit it, and it guarantees that you're going through a depression as an economy together while under her administration. And she just showed you she's incompetent. She showed you, look at her resume on the border. She showed you that her Marxist subscriptions make her incompetent and it disqualify her to be the leader of the country. Now, I'll tell you, Republicans and your independents, something, take a fine look. Yeah, but this experience, it's just right there in front of you, in your face. If you put Donald Trump in the White House, he will be on the end of coups, impeachments. He will take the blame for an economic downturn. This is the thing you have to ask yourself. Whose administrations do you want to be under while going through this? And it's going to be very real and very serious. The same systems you were trying to abolish are the very same systems we need and dependent upon. You know, in a bid to stand on the business that I'm standing on, strategically, the establishment has made a fool out of us, and we're also dealing with liberal and progressives who absolutely 100% will sacrifice everything for their own ideologies. You know? I came in here to talk a little shit, man, and I'm not with either. I really want us to make an educated decision about how we choose things going forward. Kamala's going to be focused on taking our guns, all the stuff that women are genuinely focused on, all the feeling stuff, the emotional stuff, where we're going to see an age where we are potentially have to protect ourselves and our lifestyle and our livelihood because of the things like the immigrants that are here. Trust me, life is worth spit in their countries. You think that's going to change just because they're here? They see a bounty. It's just a matter of time. And the folks that are here that are supposed to be in place to give them some understanding of correction and law, the law of this land doesn't fall on them because they're not citizens. Yeah. These are the issues we're dealing with. So you want to disarm us so people can continue to come over here and apply what they are accustomed to doing in their own home. And we are put in a position where we could potentially be relinquishing our right to bear arms, not our privilege, but our rights to bear arms to take care of and protect ourselves and our property. Now, I'm saying this because I do believe that there is a time and place for everything. And somebody should, okay, let's say you want to have this idol or this thing that you want to have in place, would you want it correctly or would you want it tarnished? That's the question. Because I know damn well, if you had 3.5 years to write the things that you're sitting on a soapbox talking about you want to write, and then you flip flop 4 years prior to that, what are we talking about? You have no intentions of making those kind of changes. And to discuss places, sure, an individual can get frustrated if you paint it in a corner. And we live in a world in which lies are more believable than the truth. If you tell the lie long enough, you'll begin to believe the lie your damn self. So here's what I want to say, right? Sure, you can have your woman. You can have your Indian woman in the office. But before you go and cast your vote, ask yourself, how do you ultimately want it to look? What is it that you really want to represent you? And who is it that you really want to represent you? Do you want somebody who's going to handicap you? Do you want somebody who's, we're not going to get it all. You can't have it both ways. You can't have everything. But the things that are important to this country is being able to rest in our homes safely, to be able to make provision for our families, to be able to take care of ourselves and have a decent health care. And if not, be able to be in a position where we can compensate by making the money that we have to pay for a high-ass health care anyway. I always said that whoever's in power, when they do something to benefit themselves, it is there for all of us to benefit. The reason why we don't benefit is because we don't pay attention to the things that are there to be benefited from. And we don't study to show ourselves, approved, i.e. to get it. So here you go. Years ago, banks were deregulated. Were regulated. Boom. That cut a lot of the opportunities out for growth in the economy. And hence, we began to print money for nothing. But being put in a position where the banks were deregulated once again, there was growth or potential for growth if you knew where your ass was at. And if you don't, that's your fault. Yeah. And we can sit back and talk about a pissing contest, because that's basically all it was tonight for me. You can talk about the facts, and a lot of the facts that people were saying, or, everybody lied. Both parties lied like a motherfucker. Lied like rugs. And it's too much to even go back and do all that, because the he say, she say, and the you said and I said, and it's merely a thing that comes with the job or the territory, or potentially trying to disprove someone so that you can get in. But damn, if you have to stoop that low to shame someone to get a job, what does that say about your character? If you come into debate on your issues and stand on those. There's nothing I need to address with you. If you're telling me, hey, this is what I think about you, I don't like you, or whatever that is, that's your personal shit. You got to deal with that. But here, I'm here to talk about what I'm going to do for my people, or for the people. Stand on that. Continue to do that. And there are some obstacles that are very, very real. If Kamala gets in, there is a big portion of the world that will not deal with her based on who she is, period. And to have a second in command to go in and negotiate those things, I mean, sure, that could happen. But it also can put us in a position where we won't have conversations that need to be had with certain people. Same time, you got old wheeler and dealer. Let me back it up. Let me say this, goddammit. I'd rather have an enemy that I know that is my enemy than someone who's going to smile in my face, dress up like my mama, and do the same thing that this individual's going to do. And if not worse, because I don't want to be handicapped in my own home. Yeah. These immigrants are here, and they shouldn't be here. goddamn shame that this has happened and is happening to us. And I will say it because goddamn it, I'm not gonna bite my tongue for nobody. You shouldn't be here. The border should have been closed years ago. And if they were coming here, they should have came in like anyone else, going through the normal process to come through here. Not just showing up on the doorsteps, being put on buses and ship places and all of that kind of. And who's taking care of them? We are. And trust me, when these people feel like they ain't got enough, they're going to go get it. They're going to go get it. They're not going to sit back and wait on us. They're living off the land. You know, I got footage where you got people from Haiti. They up in Ohio killing ducks in the middle of the goddamn street. You got a Venezuelan somewhere in shit somewhere else eating a cat. Come on now. That's what we doing? No. Come on, man. We got to do better. This shit is happening under their fucking regime. Yeah. What you want for yourself? See, we all cool and we jumping on the bandwagon, we banging the drum and we beating it and we doing what we doing until these people show up on your doorstep. Then it's a problem, right? But think about all these people that are already dealing with this issue that is a part of our country, our thing, under their watch, under these very people's watch right now. It's like, okay, you hire a motherfucker to do a job, right? They're supposed to do this job. And you watch them for 3 years not do the job. But now the job is on the line, and now they got everything to say about what they can do about the job and make the job better or make the job happen. We had 3.5 years to do it. What happened? And it's the same talk about predecessors. Yeah, we can go back prior to, we can skip 4 years and go back 9, 10, 11, 12 years. Same shit, different day. People are built for different things, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I'd like to have a shrewd individual who can get shit done. Even if they don't like me. I know god daggone well that at the end of the day, certain things are not going to be fumbled. Yeah. So yeah, I came on here to talk my shit. Everybody's going to shoot their shot. Everybody will have something out tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably come back tomorrow with some more stuff. I mean, I'll do my digging, and I just came off and I just watched this bullshit. I mean, it was a bunch of, they just pissed on each other. That's it. A bunch of pissing. Nobody really got into the plans that they had. And, you know, for all of these people who already talked about certain stuff like, yeah, here we go. You know what? No, I'm not, you don't need to discuss it. But the fact that we have been misled a lot and still are about a lot of things that we think we hear and see. Everybody has their own positions of why they want to do something. I talk to a lot of sisters and they say, yeah, I'm gonna vote for her because she's a female. Yeah, I hear you. You want to see what you want. That has a lot to do with your own personal thing because you believe that you can fly. Well, I'll say jump your dumb ass on off the building and cast your vote. Hey man, I'll put a little paint where it ain't. I'll tell you what I'd like to see. I'm not for either, but I can tell you right now, I do not want to see her in the office. Yeah. I don't want to see him either. I wish you had some other option, but I truly don't want to see her in office. Yeah. Truly don't. And I could give a fuck less who likes it or not. Yeah. I guess y'all will figure it out. We'll figure it out, or we'll see what happens in the next couple of months once this thing dries out. Yeah. But what I will say is, y'all need to prep. Get you plenty of ammunition and plenty of guns and plenty of water and non-perishables, and make sure you get yourself a bug out plan and a whole lot. Yeah. This thing is real. It's actually happening. Way too much money has changed hands. A whole lot of people are getting their palms greased to look the other way, and no one's putting their foot down. This thing is moving full speed ahead, whether you like it or not. Yeah. Get ready for it. You might walk out your house and see somebody eating a dog or eating a cat. Yep. Get off my line, God damn it.